So just want to briefly introduce myself. My name is Ernest Enriquez. I'm a product director here with Inside Real Estate. I manage core video as a product, and our partnership here with BombBomb, Alicia, Berruti, who's on with us today. And we've got some really cool stuff for you in mind that's going to really kind of help you overcome your fear of maybe being on camera. Maybe you're stuck with what you would say, but we're going to show you how to leverage core video at the next level and really kind of give you some insights as to some ideas as how you should be using core video. So Alicia, if you're out there, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you want to go ahead and take over.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here today. Like Ernest said, I am the national speaker at BombBomb. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. And we are going to be talking about overcoming the fear of video, but that's what we're going to talk about last. The first thing we're going to do today is talk about why video is so important in your business, but most specifically, why this kind of video for relationships, video for communication. I'm also going to give you guys some instances in your business where video is going to be better than plain text communication. That's one of the things I hear from agents all the time. Yes, I get it. I'm supposed to be doing video, but where should I do video? So I'm going to share that with you. And then Ernest is going to walk through how easy it is to do this right inside of your platform that you're already using. So I'm going to jump in. We live in a very video-centric society right now. We've been seeing this happen for years. We saw video take over social media. We've seen video take over websites. And then a year and a half ago, we all found ourselves in situations where we were doing a ton of video conferences, video meetings, which is what we're doing right now, right? We're on a video session because it is more compelling to watch a human being talk to you than read plain text training material. In fact, so much of the development of video has really been about approximating the human experience, right? You work in a relationship business. Does not matter how much technology ever comes into the real estate space. Your business is reliant on building relationships and maintaining relationships. But how do you do that when you are stuck behind a screen, right? When you cannot get that face-to-face connection. So video is really not about some cool tech thing that you should be adding to your business. The kind of video that we're talking about, that Ernest is going to show you how to use inside your platform, this is all about relationships. This is about being more human. This is about communicating in a way that leverages your humanity, eye contact, body language, tonality, personality, all of the things that make you a good communicator. So I want to share with you some quotes that came from articles at the beginning of this year. When I was starting to prepare some sessions, I actually did just a Google search, and I actually typed into the search bar, sales trends for 2021. And these were just some of the themes, but most of the themes that popped up from a handful of articles. I'm not going to read all of them, but I want you to take a peek at these, right? What types of things do you see? We see the word empathy a lot. We see building rapport and authentic relationships, fostering a human connection. And then, of course, we see video all through there. But that's because video is one of those things that helps you demonstrate empathy, helps you foster the human connection, helps you connect in a way. I love this quote from Dan Tyre. He's the sales director at HubSpot. And he said, "I am confident that video will stick in 2021. The underlying statistics are undeniable. Salespeople who use video will connect at 3 times the rate of those who don't, reducing the inefficiency of the outreach process as a whole." So I want to ask you guys a question, okay? I want you to think about this. How does it feel to work with you? Not how many deals have you done, not, how great a negotiator you are, how you always are able to come through for your clients. I want you to think about from a client perspective. How does it feel to work with you? You have to think about the emotional aspect of your customer's experience as well, because we are emotional creatures. In fact, I could give you pages and pages and pages of data showing you that we actually make decisions from the emotional side of our brain. Daniel Kahneman talks about this in his book, Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow, right? We have system 2, which is the side of our brain where we analyze things, right? It works slower. We go over data on that side of the brain. But ultimately, it's the emotional feeling side of our brain that makes decisions. It's this side of our brain that's going to determine whether your clients remember you and want to refer people to you. So there's a quote that I use all the time. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's actually a Maya Angelou quote. She says, "People will forget what you do. People will forget what you say, but they won't forget how you make them feel." Again, video is another tool in your toolbox to help demonstrate empathy to your clients, to explain things in a way that makes them feel like you are invested in them just simply because you sent the video instead of typing out the explanation in the email. So why is video such a powerful, powerful tool for real estate? Well, number one, it creates opportunity for connection, which in turn is going to give you an opportunity for real conversations. When you send someone a video, they're going to feel naturally more connection to you. They're going to feel more trust with you just because they got to have the human experience of you. And when you do that, it creates an opportunity for the beaches to be softened a little bit. They're more likely to open up to you because they felt that connection with you. Second reason why it's so important for real estate is that this differentiates you. Number one, it differentiates you from any other agent that may be reaching out to them, but it also differentiates you from other emails in the inbox, right? We all do this. We open up our inbox and we kind of scan to see what's important. Well, if you have a video in your email, if you've put video in the subject line, which is a key point for you, they're more likely to gravitate towards that because it's a little bit different. It's differentiated from the other emails. If they're going through their inbox and reading email after email and suddenly they have a video from you, a human being, introducing yourself in a warm, friendly way, that is a massive differentiation. And then this third one is really important. Clarity in tone and information. Anyone on this session ever send a text message or email that was misunderstood because tonality was lacking? Yep, we've all done it. Video gives you an opportunity to, number one, you're not leaving tonality up to the person's interpretation, right? If you send a text message to someone that says, "Hey, I haven't got the contract back yet, did you sign it?" If they're having a bad day, if they're stressed out, that text message could feel aggressive, right? But if you send a video just asking the question with your humanity, you get rid of that miscommunication. But in addition to that, we retain 95% of the information when we watch it in a video as compared to only 10% reading it in a plain text email or a text message. Think about how much of your job as an agent is spent explaining things to clients, right? Letting them know what to expect, what comes next, what this means. The simple fact of sending that video instead of typing it out in an email means they're going to retain so much more of that information. All right, let me give you guys some hard data behind this though. So this is data that we have compiled from our own clients. 56% increase in replies and responses when sending the video as opposed to plain text email. 24% increase in appointments set and held. If you ever have frustrations getting people to actually show up for appointments, sending a video to confirm the appointment is going to increase the likelihood they show. We see it happen over and over and over again. Higher close rates, a 68% increase in close rates. Who wants to close more business, right? And then this last one is just as important as well. A 90% greater ability to stay in touch effectively, whether that's with your past clients, whether that's with your referral partners, whether it's with other agents that you refer business to, you have a greater ability to stay in touch. So I'm going to give you some general ideas of when video makes more sense in your business. But these are just general ideas. I want you to start thinking of the places where specifically where this can work. And I'm going to dive a little deeper as well with each of these. But the first general idea is anytime you are establishing or building a connection, a video is going to benefit you. It's going to help you get to trust faster. It's going to separate yourself from any other realtors, okay? Really, really powerful when you are still building into that connection. The second time that you can always know that video will be better than plain text email is anytime you are explaining complex information. I already gave you the data behind that. We retain 95% of the information when we watch it in a video, but it also gives you the ability to explain things more easily, right? It's hard to type out an email trying to explain directions or details. You record the video, way easier. And then this third one, anytime that tone or emotion matters, it's going to be better to send the video. Thank you. Congratulations, good news, bad news. And I'll show you some examples of that. So to break this down a little bit further, this first instance, anytime you're establishing a connection, for realtors, the first thing that obviously comes to mind is lead response. This is usually the very first time someone's name or email address comes across your inbox, your field of view, your text messages, right? So video is a powerful way for establishing that first connection. We know that most consumers work with the first realtor they meet face-to-face. That is not because the first realtor is the most qualified or the most experienced. It's because once they have that human connection, it's easy to say yes. So sending a video, number one, it gives you an opportunity to build that trust and rapport fast, okay? Now, you don't have to do this in the moment every time though. In fact, you can have a pre-recorded lead response video in your video library sent to go out automatically when a lead comes in. If you have any auto responders going out, great. You can put a video in there. If you are on the free version, you're not going to be able to access that video library, but on the upgraded version of Core Video, you have your entire video library. So you could use that same lead response video over and over and over again, or you can use a personal one when it makes sense, or grab that pre-recorded one when you're walking into a meeting or you are wrangling children in the grocery store, okay? But the thing that I want you to remember with this is that this makes you stand out. I'm a consumer, okay? I'm not an agent. I train agents, but essentially I'm a consumer. So if I go out on the webs, on the internet, on the interwebs, and I start looking at houses and going on Zillow or stopping by some agents' websites, I've experienced this before. I'm going to have 5, 6, 7 agents sending me text messages, sending me emails. If you are the only agent that sends a video, who do you think they're going to start to feel connected to faster? So I'm going to play this video for you, and then Ernest is going to jump in and show you guys some of the functionality in Core Video where this can really be utilized. But this is our friend Jesse Peters, longtime customer, and this was a seller lead that came in off of his website, okay? This was someone he had never met, and this was the actual video that he sent in that moment when that lead came in to connect with her. Now you may say, why didn't he call her on the phone? Well, you'll see in the video, he was at the park with his daughter and he let her know he was at the park with his daughter and he'd call her later. Human connection. Check this out.
Hey there, Carmelo. How you doing? Jesse Peters here. Hope all is well. Just wanted to touch base with you. Say yes, I would love to have the opportunity to meet you guys, talk about the housing market over in the River Heights area, and see what your options are for summer if you're looking at putting your house on the market. Obviously, just out with my daughter right now before it starts to rain. So I will be available later tonight. You can reply to this. You can reply to this email, and I'll be more than happy to set up a time for.
Now this works. How do I know it works? Jessie told us that her response came within 10 minutes. She said they hoped that they had had fun at the park and she would even bring bubbles to the appointment for her daughter. So here's my question. Jesse had pulled out his phone and sent a text message that said, I'm at the park right now with my daughter. I'll call you later. Do you think he would have got that response from a stranger? No, of course not. But because he sent the video, because she saw him, even his daughter popping her face in and saying, hi, it humanized that response. And he got an opportunity to list her house. All right, Ernest, I'm going to hand it over to you here for a minute.
Yeah, awesome. And that is fantastic. I love the idea of kind of with our title of overcoming the fear, really kind of incorporating those pre-recorded videos, right? Because we all have this fear of like, hey, I'm going to send something that's all of a sudden going to cause a stir, or I'm uncertain. I don't have an idea. Like, what do I even say? So pre-recorded messages kind of tie into our platform really good. Like you saw there, they sent that video text to the client. It created that emotional response from the lead, and it created a personal connection between the agent and the actual contact. So what we can do within kvCORE, and let me actually share my screen here. So I'm going to just take it over really quick and share inside of kvCORE. You all know we have what are called our smart campaigns. So if we go into our marketing autopilot center and we go into smart campaigns, this is where we have basically what we call our templates. And templates are things that you can create, whether they're, pre-scripted emails, pre-scripted text messages. You could also create like your calls and your tasks. But if you're a Core Video Premium subscriber, and this kind of ties back into what Alicia was just saying, you have this video template, right? So we'd be able to go into here and we'd be able to create these text videos or these video emails. And then what we can do with those video text and video emails is inside of your smart campaigns, whether that's your new lead buyer or your new lead seller, again, the goal is creating that personal connection with these contacts, doing what other agents aren't doing in the industry and separating yourself. And that's definitely going to be video. Sending a, hey, it's Ernest with Inside Real Estate. Just wanted to send you this personal video, let you know, hey, I am a real person, just following up with you. I noticed you just signed up on my website, but I'm either with family or out showing some homes to other clients. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have or help you out with your real estate buying needs or your selling needs, whatever the case might be, right? So we could go in there, and once those are pre-recorded, we could add them to like our default new lead buyer campaign, right? And that could be my first action. My first action that's sent is an immediate video text, or my first action that's sent is a video email and also a video text, right? So we could do a video and text, and then we can also, schedule ourselves to make a call later on, say, hey, I just sent you a video a little while ago. I just wanted to follow up with a phone call and see if you got that. Make sure, you don't have any questions now. Timing is of essence in the real estate industry. I know that personally from having been in it for 7+ years myself. One of the really, really big items here is with video, you not only create that personal connection, but timing is of essence. And that just means that whenever that buyer has that little switch go off in their head, or whenever the seller has that little switch go off in their head, that's like, hey, I'm ready to sell my house, or I'm ready to buy a house today, you need to be the agent that's on top of mind. And video is really going to be something that's inherited. They absorb it, they watch it, they know your face, they know who you are. So when they show up to that first house you're going to show them, they know who they're working with. Or when you show up at the doorstep to run that CMA, they know who they're expecting. So it's just one of those things that creates a personal connection. But these are things that you can do with the Core Video Premium subscription. Is you can go in, pre-record all of your videos, whether it's an email or a text. You can then go in and add them into any of the smart campaigns that you choose, whether that's a new lead buyer, a new lead seller. We could even pre-record videos, whether it's an email or a text for our closed clients. So working that sphere of influence now, right? We're going to work those closed contacts who we just closed. Maybe you want to schedule like 30 days after you close that deal and put them into a closed status for a video to go out with you doing something just absolutely crazy, right? Maybe you have like little confetti streamers, or maybe you have like little postcards or something that you can hold up congratulating them. And then you have this follow-up system even on top of like a text campaign or an email campaign. Maybe you're sending pop buys. So maybe in the video, you're like, hey, expect our movie night package tomorrow or the next day, whatever it might be. This is just a really good kind of talking point, because with Core Video, you can incorporate kind of these pre-recorded videos into your smart campaigns. So that if you're like me, when you first start out, you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to say on camera. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like maybe the Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby, where you're like, hey, put your hands down, Ricky, put your hands down, right? You're going to have this sort of like a hesitation when it comes to video. So pre-recording those videos are going to help you out drastically, because you don't just have one shot. You can record it and re-record it and re-record it as many times as you want until you perfect it. So that's what I got. Back over to you, Alicia, for
Awesome.
more.
Well, thank you for showing us how easy it is to add that lead response to your campaign. And, you know, like Ernest said, you can do this. Which screen is it sharing? Did it share my right screen?
It's you. No, yeah, you're just go to the next slide.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Yeah, so those pre-recorded videos can be great, especially for lead response, because we know that you want to get that first initial response right away. And even if you have the automated video going out, you should still pick up the phone and call them. If you get their voicemail, great. Say in the voicemail, I just sent you a video, so you could put a face to the name. So I'm going to give you a framework here for that first lead response video. And this applies whether you are recording it in the moment for a specific person, or if this is your pre-recorded lead response, okay? Now, the first one is use a whiteboard with a greeting or their first name. Now, obviously, if this is a pre-recorded, you can't put their name on it, right? However, you can still do something on that 3-second GIF, because we take the first 3 seconds of your video, we automatically make it into an animated preview. So when they open up their email, they see a human face, they see the motion calling them to click. So obviously you can't put their name on it if it's pre-recorded. However, you could do something like, this video's for you, or check out this video, or nice to meet you, something on that thumbnail image to capture their attention. Now, obviously, if this is a personal video for a person, a specific person, I would highly recommend using their name. It's going to be compelling. They're going to know it's personal for them. When someone opens up an email with a person waving and pointing at a whiteboard that has their name on it, they press play on that video, okay? So the second important piece for this video is the framework, okay? This is the framework for your lead response video. Empathy is the first piece, okay? You need to connect with them some way. Maybe that's I know how overwhelming it can be thinking about trying to buy a house in this market, right? Empathize with them. Or I know that you're probably getting phone calls from lots of realtors once you started your home search. I know that can be overwhelming. So I wanted to introduce myself to you, right? Empathy, align yourself with them. The second piece is value. What is the item of value that you have to offer them if they take the next step with you, whether it's replying to your email or calling you back or scheduling the appointment? What are they going to get out of it? What's in it for them? Okay, now the answer to this is not, I can't wait to help you get your house sold, or I can't wait to help you get you into the home of your dreams, because then you're asking them to make a trust leap, okay? Psychologically, they are not ready to say yes to you. This is a first introduction. You can't show up on someone's door and say, will you marry me, right? They have to know you first. So value, what is the next item of value? Is it a home buyer's guide? Is it a free staging? Is it a market analysis? Is it resources? What is the next item of value that you have to offer? And this is really important. You need to ask yourself, what's in it for them? Not what's in it for you, what's in it for them, okay? And then the third piece is the call to action. Be very, very specific about what the next step you want them to take is. Do you have a buyer website that you want them to set up their profile on? Do you want them to click on the link that you put to schedule time on your calendar? Be very, very specific. Nothing breaks my heart more than seeing realtors say emails that end with something like, let me know if you want to have a chat. No, be very specific with them, okay? So that's your framework: empathy, value, call to action. This video should be 30 to 45 seconds, 1 minute at the absolute most, but you can do all that in 30 seconds, right? Hi, it's Alicia from XYZ Realty. I know how overwhelming thinking about even buying a house in this market can be. But I just want you to know that this is what I'm passionate about, is helping first-time home buyers just like you. I do have a first-time home buyers guide that I would love to connect with you and give you that resource. All you have to do is just click that link below, schedule about 10 or 15 minutes on my calendar, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Right? Super easy, fast, easy. Okay, you've made that human connection. Now, Ernest, is this stuff that you wanted to show here? Are we keeping going?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're still going to show this because kind of touching on that value proposition to these contacts or to these leads that are already in your CRM. All of you by now, if you're a kvCORE user, you're going to have a website, and on your website, you have an areas we cover, which you can see this screenshot of. Now, this is giving you a market breakdown of the total number of listings. It gives you the new listings, the reduced listings, the open house, the foreclosures, and kind of touching base on what Alicia just said, you can actually do a screenshot or screen recording of this. It could be as long as 30 seconds. It could be as long as 45 seconds. But every day or once a week, whatever you want to commit, you could come into your dashboard on your kvCORE account. You could filter out by new lead. I could filter out by buyers. I could even micro filter this out by hashtags and maybe even area of interest. And then what I can do is I can go and I can use my core video to do a screen recording saying, hey, Susan, this is Ernest with Inside Real Estate. Just wanted to give you a quick market update because I know you're looking in Nyack. There was only 151 total listings for the last 30 days, 5 new listings, 37 reduced. So this is telling me now is still a really good time to buy. There is a lot of competition out there, but there's not much coming to the market. So if you have any questions about a property, please don't hesitate to call me. And I'll also follow up with you tomorrow around 5 p.m. just to make sure that something didn't pop up between now and then. Have a great day. Right? And that could be your video. That could be your screen recording. You can leverage this to really kind of optimize what you're sending these buyer leads. You can also, and I think this is on the next slide, use this for seller leads, right? So maybe you have seller leads that are coming in with the status of new lead. They're coming in with the seller. We can go into our smart CRM. We can filter out all of our contacts based off of contact type, based off of status type. We could also do it based off a hashtag. So maybe you're hashtagging them with the area of where they're located. And we could filter out by that. Then I can go and I can mass text or mass email a core video for all of those contacts that match that criteria. So I could say, hey, Ernest, I know you're looking to sell your home in San Antonio. There's not much hitting the market, as you can see in this report right here. There was only 151 new or 151 total listings in the zip code of 78247, and only 5 of those are new. So there's still not a lot of competition out there for you if you're planning on listing your home. I'd love to stop by tomorrow at 5 p.m. and show you how I can help you maximize how much you get for your home in today's competitive market. Right? And that's all you have to say with core video. Again, these are screen shares or screen recordings. I don't know if I can show that here. Let's see. Let me see if I can share my screen and get this to.
Do you want me to stop?
There we go. So you should be seeing my screen now, right? And we have this core video option where I can go ahead and open my recorder. And let me test this. I'm gonna have to stop my recording on Zoom real fast to kind of demo this. But basically we can go in here and we can say test. And then this little button down here in the bottom left corner is gonna do a screen recording. So if I go ahead and click on that, it's gonna open up my desktop, right? It'll redirect me to my BombBomb extension. But then I can go ahead and I can do a screen recording of that market report or of that seller report. And this still even ties into, I believe it's our next slide. I'm not 100% sure, but this ties into our next slide where we can do a CMA walkthrough, right? We're in a time or in a day where it's difficult to get in front of people because of the uncertainty right now, right? And it might be different in different areas, but for the most part, what we can do with core video is I might go in here and I might use the extension. I've created a presentation here that if I view this presentation, we'll treat Zoom as if it was core video right now, but I could basically screen record this presentation and walk them through it. Now, this is for maybe a contact that I've already been engaged with. They said, hey, yeah, put me together a presentation and send it over so I can see what's going on, because this might be a little bit longer than your 30 to 45-second video. We might spend a little bit more time on this actual video itself, right? So these are all things that we can leverage. And if I go through this, I can start talking about the value of the agent, right? Now they're seeing you present this, they're seeing your confidence in your ability to sell a home because you're talking about yourself, right? And I mean, I'm guilty as charged. I love talking about myself anytime I can. But the part of this is that you get to build this value and you build this trust between yourself and you build the trust between your client and you, right? So the contact. So you have all sorts of ways to leverage core video. It's not just simply sending that first text saying, hey, it's Ernest with Inside Real Estate. Let me know if you need help, right? You have different dynamics and aspects as to which you can tackle this. And there's so much more opportunity out there than just sending like one video text or two video text or one video email, right? You have the ability to do all of this in mass. So again, you're not spending all day sitting behind a camera recording one video at a time to send to 10 contacts, right? You have the ability just to pre-record it, say, hey, everyone, or hey, I know you're looking in San Antonio. Don't use a name in there, but I know you're looking in San Antonio. This is what's going on with the market. But these are just some quick little snippets and tidbits that you can leverage with core video and kvCORE.
So that's a perfect segue into this next session where I want to talk about explaining complex information, because like Ernest said, there's so much more with video than just using it to make introductions, right? I told you the first instance where video is always going to be beneficial for you is anytime you are establishing a relationship. But what about explaining complex information? Ernest kind of highlighted a little bit how you can use that screen recorder to go over a presentation or a CMA. But what about frequently asked questions? Think about that. What about those questions that you answer over and over and over again about what's next in the process? You can record those simple videos ahead of time. In fact, I would highly, highly recommend you taking some time, jotting down your 5 or your 10 most frequently asked questions and just recording a simple video for it. Because that video is going to be available in your core video platform at a moment's notice. The next time someone asks you that question, you can just grab the video. Same thing with setting expectations, letting people know what to expect. For example, if you're dealing with sellers and you want them to know all of the things that you're doing to make sure that you're keeping their house safe from sick people or whatever it is. Next steps in the process. I know agents that record videos for every single phase of the process. It's a pre-recorded video. They have lots of personal interaction with their clients, but then when they're moving them into that next phase, they just send them the video that lets them know what to expect next in the process. Let me tell you, this specific thing right here, the using videos to answer questions, letting them know what to expect or explaining real estate terminology, these are areas that agents are telling me are showing up on their reviews because consumers appreciate it, right? They appreciate the being explained to over video, oh, that's what this means, or, oh, this is what to expect. A simple video that you record saying, hey, it's Alicia, your trusted realtor again. Your home inspection is coming up this week. So here are 5 things that you can do to make sure your home inspection goes smoothly. Right? The data shows us that consumers love it. And the anecdotal stories that agents are telling me are that people are putting it in their reviews. So this is a great use of the screen recorder as well as an agent using video to explain information that would be really hard to do without someone sitting next to you. But I also want you to think about that question that I posed at the beginning. What does it feel like to work with you? Because as a consumer, I've bought a house before, I've bought multiple houses, and it's a stressful process. And so often, your realtor wants to reach out and talk to you when something is on their mind or when they have time, but you may not necessarily have the space or the emotional bandwidth. You might be trying to get kids out the door to soccer practice and have a baby screaming at you, or you might be meeting with clients or at work. So the video gives you, as an agent, the opportunity to respect your client's time, right? Because you're not asking them to get on the phone or jump on a Zoom call so that you can explain all these things. You send the video, you record it when it makes sense for you, but then you send it off and they get to watch it when it makes sense for them. Even if you're talking about next steps in the process or explaining real estate terminology, you're not interrupting their day. They get to watch it when it makes sense for them, and you are leveraging your experience, your good communication skills, and your empathy and care as an agent. So this is a kvCORE user, and he is going over what's happening in their building, just providing them an update on their current listing. So check this out.
Hey, Mary Mark here. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I was speaking with an agent regarding your property today, or communicating with one. So, and I just wanted to give you a general update. Hopefully everything is going okay with you and well with these heightened restrictions and things that are going on with COVID right now. So first off, I don't have much to report back, but just kind of going over similar things. I checked out all your building activity since the last update a little over a week ago. There haven't been any new sales in the building. There haven't been any new listings in the building, and there haven't been any price changes in the building. Before, we were seeing a lot of price drops in the building, but nothing that happened as of recently. I also did a quick search for properties.
As you can see, when you're using the screen recorder, it lets you click around, you can highlight information, you can go to another tab, and it's going to record everything that's happening on your screen, and you just send it off to that client the same way that you would send any regular email. Ernest, is this what you already had showed, or do you want me to?
Yeah, so this is the CMA walkthrough that I kind of elaborated on a little bit. And one of the things that I want to bring up with this, and a good talking point, is why core video over maybe like an external one. And main thing with core video is it's highly integrated into kvCORE. And what that means for you is you're not going to have to go and record a video on an external platform, then bring it into kvCORE, upload it in to YouTube in order to send it out in like an email, or just send it as an actual text link. With core video, it's sending an animated GIF, right? So you could have that GIF in the email. It'll show you waving at the camera. Same thing with the text message. They're actually getting an animated GIF in the text. They click it, it opens the video and plays it from there. So just to kind of clarify on that, not that other platforms might not have the same capability, but this is all integrated into actual kvCORE. We work closely with BombBomb to make sure the integration works seamlessly and it communicates back and forth properly. So it's going to save you the hassle from having to do those extra steps. And I can just simply go into my kvCORE account, record my presentation to send to my seller contact who's already loaded into my kvCORE dashboard.
Awesome. So the last thing that I want to show you as far as places in your business where this makes sense, and then we're going to dive into talking about some of the fear stuff specifically, and then we'll take questions. But that third instance that I shared with you is the when tone or emotion matters. Now, birthdays, holidays, this is a great time to send a video. We know the National Association of Realtors tells us that over 80% of consumers at the point the transaction closes said they would work with their exact same agent again. In reality, less than 20% of consumers use their same agent again. The number one reason why consumers do not work with their same agent again is that they forgot who their agent was, okay? So this doesn't have to be complicated. Something as simple as sending out birthday messages or holidays, major holidays, you can do mass sending. If you have the upgraded core video, you can send to an entire list of clients at one time. On the free version, you can do 10 videos a month and they're only one-to-one. But if you upgrade to the full version, you can send one Happy Labor Day video to your entire contact database, as simply as saying, Happy Labor Day. I'm thinking about you guys. It's always tough to have that last summer or the last long weekend of the summer, but I'm thinking about you now that the market is starting to slow. If you're thinking that you're interested in buying or selling, right? One video to your entire database. You've gotten face to face with them. No one forgets the real estate agent that sends them videos after closing. I'm telling you, no one forgets that agent. But also things like good news, right? Congratulations, we're clear to close. You could send that as a text message. You could send it as an email. But if you send it as a video, you are cementing the positive emotional experience that they have when they get that information with you, your face, your voice, your personality, right? There's an emotional difference there. I asked you at the beginning, what does it feel like to work with you? Is there anything wrong with sending a text message to a client that says, congratulations, we're clear to close? No. But the agent that sends the video saying, congratulations, we're clear to close, is creating an emotional experience that shows up in those relationships, okay? Same thing for bad news. I actually am a big proponent of video for bad news because bad news is more psychologically compelling and takes us longer to process. It's why if you have ever had to make a phone call, perhaps saying that we've gotten a lot of feedback, we might need to lower the price, you may have experienced dead end or dead air on the other side of the call, right? Because they're processing. It takes time. They're trying to figure out, well, what does this mean? Are we still going to be able to afford that house we want? So sending a video for bad news gives you an opportunity to seed the conversation, right? I'm not saying you have that entire conversation over video, but you seed that conversation with them. They have a chance to watch the video back, process it without someone awkwardly waiting for them to say something on the phone. They could share that video with their spouse so that they can talk about it together. And then when they sit down to have that conversation with you, they're ready because you seeded it with video. Thank yous. Checking in. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Should I close your file? Again, video is a great way to do this because you're bringing back that human element to it, okay? So these are our friends, Mark and Laura. Mark and Laura have been BombBomb customers for about 8 years, okay? Let me tell you something. Mark and Laura almost primarily use their BombBomb account for sending personal happy birthday message, holiday messages, just thinking about you, to their past clients. This is what they do with their BombBomb video. They love the personal happy birthdays videos because their clients love it. This is a massive referral generator for them. Now, part of the reason why it's a referral generator for them is because they're cute and they sing and she plays ukulele and people share these video with their friends and are like, my realtor doesn't do that. I want to work with them. So no, you don't have to sing, but this is a great way to just maintain that relationship and make sure that your clients are your clients for life. So check out Mark and Laura.
Happy birthday, Dan Marta. January birthday, baby.
Birthday balloons.
Me too. January's the best. Yeah, birthday balloons. Are you ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you. Start.
Start again.
That was a clunker. Oh my gosh. All right, ready?
From the top.
From the top. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Living in Como Park with
Abigail.
Abigail.
And the cat.
And the cat, who I don't know.
The Martas of Avon.
I asked you at the very beginning, what does it feel like to work with you? I love showing Mark and Laura's happy birthday videos because it doesn't matter whether I'm on a webinar and Ernest is the only person I can see, or if I'm on a stage in a room of 400 people, every single time I play one of their videos, people smile. Their mood softens. They might laugh, okay? There is an emotional response that people have. Do you want your clients to have an emotional response when they get a happy birthday video from you? Or do you want them to look at the postcard that you paid a service to sell that has no impact whatsoever and toss it into the recycling bin because it's just like every other business that they work with that sent them a happy birthday postcard, okay? What does it feel like to work with you. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here and some time talking about the fear of video. I know we're getting close here. We've still got 15 minutes. We'll have lots of time for questions, but the number one reason why people don't do video is not because it's too hard. It's not because they don't have the time. The number one thing that keeps people from doing video is their own fear and uncomfortability. So let's just take a look at what some of these are, okay? The one that I do hear most common is that I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. That's definitely the most common, but oh man, you perfectionists, you're just as bad as the people who are afraid because they don't like the way their voice sounds, because you feel like you don't want to do a video unless it's edited, or if it's perfect, or if you look like you just had a professional makeup crew come and do you. Guess what? Video is not about you and how perfect your video is. Video is about connecting with another human being. And the more perfect your video is, the more produced it is, the more edited it is. If it's got music and a soft fade in with your logo flying across the screen and soft light zooms in on you, people can't connect with that, okay? The more raw and authentic your video is, the easier it is for people to connect with you as a real human being. Ooh, I don't know what to say. This is a big one. You do know what to say. Something happens when we turn on our cameras and we suddenly forget that this is just about having a conversation. I would encourage you, look into that pinhole camera and pretend that you're talking to the person. You're answering the question the same way you would if they called you. You're just doing it on camera, okay? This is new to me. I don't want to look silly. I definitely hear that from older agents. Agents have been in the business a long time. They say to me, like, I don't even do social media. I don't do selfies. I'm not into all of that. This isn't about cool tech. This isn't about social media. This is about you connecting face to face the way that you used to got to connect with clients before the internet. This last one, I hear that one too. What if I get a negative response? I can tell you, in all of my years of doing this, I have never, ever had someone tell me that they got a nasty response to a video, like fix your face or anything negative like that, okay? Now, if you are a woman, I have heard women say that they're worried about the kind of negative response that they might get from a client saying something creepy or inappropriate or commenting on their looks. Wouldn't you rather know before you meet with them in person? Okay, so these are all self-limiting beliefs though, okay? I want you to understand that these are self-limiting, okay? The first thing I want you to remember is that this is the most normal of all things and you are not alone, okay? Almost every person that you have ever seen doing video has had to work through some sort of fear and uncomfortability. We are used to viewing ourselves from inside of our own head. We're used to hearing our voice from inside our own head. It's why when you listen to your voice on a recording, you think, that's not how I sound. Well, it is how you sound, but I just want to encourage you. This is really normal. I'm putting up 4 quotes on the screen of highly paid professional actors and actresses that feel the same way. They don't like watching themselves on camera. We can all agree that Reese Witherspoon is an objectively attractive person. And even she says, I don't know who feels good looking at themselves. Nobody, right? So I just want to encourage you that your uncomfortability with being on camera is really, really normal, okay? You aren't some freak who's never going to be able to do this. I just want to encourage you, it's a limiting belief, okay? No one is paying attention to the things that you're paying attention to about yourself. The second thing I want to remind you, and this is probably the most important, the value that you bring to your clients and to the world and to your family is in your humanity. It is not in any of those things that you don't like about yourself. We all have things that we struggle with, whether it's your weight or your hair, or maybe you're balding, or maybe you just don't like the way you look. That is a tough place to be. And I understand we've all been there at one point or another, but that is not the value that you have to bring your clients. Okay. We all know who Oprah Winfrey is, right? I feel like she's pretty well known. Oprah Winfrey has had a very honest and public battle with her weight and with her appearance. So back in the 80s, when Oprah Winfrey was offered the Oprah show. She had been a newscaster, but she was offered her own show, the Oprah Winfrey Show on WGN in Chicago. At that point in time, she had not even started to get comfortable with her own weight or her own appearance. She's been very, very honest about this, but yet she said yes anyway. She took a job where she was hosting a show on camera the entire time, even though she felt scared, because she knew that she had something to offer that was outside of that internal battle that she was having about her looks. But let me tell you something, okay? If Oprah had decided that she wasn't going to do the Oprah Winfrey Show because she hadn't lost enough weight yet, the world would not have Oprah Winfrey, and Oprah Winfrey would not have $3 billion, okay? You have more value to offer your clients than the self-limiting beliefs that you have about your appearance or about the way your voice sounds, okay? The third thing that I want to remind you of is that we are all our own worst critics, okay? The things that you pick yourself out apart for, no one else pays attention to, okay? I have one eye that is slightly smaller than the other. I tell people this on stage all the time. No one can see it. I notice it. Guess what? If I'm overtired, if I haven't slept well and I record videos, I notice it even more dramatically. But no one cares about these things, okay? So the best piece of advice that I can give you is don't watch your videos back. And I have been in rooms with hundreds of people and everyone laughs when I say that, but I mean it, okay? The thing that happens when you start watching your videos back is that you pick it apart and you decide that it wasn't good enough. And then you record it again and you record it again and you record it again. I want you to think of these like a voicemail. Okay. Now, can you watch it back? Yeah. If you're trying to make sure you said really specific information, you always have an opportunity to play it back or re-record it before you send. But I want to encourage you, don't get in the habit of watching your videos back and criticizing yourself. Okay. Think about the experience that you would have if you ran into a client in the grocery store. You're not going to grab a bag and cover over your face and run away from them. You're going to say hi. So I just want to encourage you, okay? This fear and uncomfortability, it's really, really normal. Everyone feels it, but you have more to offer. There is a reason why you're an agent. There's a reason why you're passionate about helping people. Let that be your focus, not these ridiculous self-limiting beliefs that you hold about your look or your appearance, okay? So I am going to take time for questions. We definitely have time. Real quick, this last thing that I want to offer you guys are just some quick tips here. I'm going to leave them up on the screen while we start to take questions, but lighting, you always want to make sure you have lighting coming from the front. You can get a desk lamp, you can get a ring light, you can use a window. You want to make sure your camera is at eye level, not down below, or if you're recording on your phone, you want it to be up here at eye level. If you record a video and you're looking down at your phone, when the person watches it back, they're going to feel like you're talking down to them, okay? All right, Ernest, what kind of questions do we have?
Yeah, let's see. And before we get there, some of you might not know exactly where Core Video lives inside of our marketplace. So if you don't or haven't seen it yet, if you could head over into Marketplace, there's a tile in here labeled kvCORE or Core Video, I should say, where you could actually purchase the add-on for your Core Video. But let's see what kind of questions we have rolling in. So tutorial on a screen recording for the Core Video. We currently don't have a tutorial, but that's actually a great feature request that I will put on my bulletin board and make sure that we do a kind of a walkthrough or a guided tour or have a resource or reference for you all out there to really kind of show you how to use that screen recording, because it does take an extension add-on to your Chrome browser, but that's all prompted once you go to actually try and screen record. But just to show you really quick how you could do this, let me just stop my video here. If I start up Core Video, basically I just need to open my recorder here. I will label this because it's going to store it automatically into my test template or into my library, I should say. And then basically I'm just going to hit the screen record button here. It'll prompt a second window where I could open BombBomb's screen recorder. And then once that is done, I have a little prompt over in the bottom left corner of my screen where I now have the ability to close out of these. I can head over to that listing presentation, and now I can go ahead and start recording, right? And it should, if I drag this into frame here, start recording my screen, right? So that is exactly how you'll use the screen recording feature. Once it's all done, you'll have it in your templates. So then you can always go back into your kvCORE dashboard. And this is the screen I'm looking at. Apologize for not sharing it, but I'll be able to screen record that presentation. It'll then be stored as a template into my kvCORE dashboard. So I can go and email or text it out to anybody that I see fit. So I'd be able to email that out to all of my contacts who want to actually see that presentation, or the contact who that presentation is specific to. Let's see, any capabilities of video feature that is included in the kvCORE membership. So like Alicia was saying, you do have the ability to currently go and send up to 10, I believe it is, video emails. Now it's strictly restricted to emails. So that means that right now, if you were to go get on the kvCORE or the Core Video free subscription, you can go one by one on the contacts and send them a video email, right? So I'd select my guest here. I can then go to Core Video, and then I would select email, and now I can record my one video. So I can only send it to one contact at a time, and to as many as 10 per month. So that's where the premium subscription comes into play, because again, like I was mentioning earlier, you might go into your filters, and this is what a lot of agents do, and they're going to filter out by new lead, they're going to filter out by contact details, and then what they're going to do is they're just going to select all of those contacts, shoot a video, and say, hey, I know you're looking to buy a house this year, and make it personal, just like everything we've covered in the last hour. You're going to kind of make a personal connection with these contacts. But you could do that en masse with the Core Video Premium subscribers. So you're not having to go one by one by one, and you're not restricted on how many you send with Core Video Premium as well. So you can send this once a day. You can do this twice a day, just really depending on how big your database is. But you have some really great and cool functionality when you actually upgrade to the premium package itself.
So I saw a great question in chat that I'd love to answer. Manuel wanted to know, how can you post the videos in social networks, which is a great question. And when you upgrade to the Core Video, to the premium version of Core Video, you're getting the BombBomb Essentials package, which is going to give you our Chrome extension, okay? Our Chrome extension is really cool because the Chrome extension is going to give you access to your video library as well as your video recorder from anywhere on the internet. So because it's an extension, it just lives up in your browser. For example, I get people that send me LinkedIn requests all the time, or send me things on LinkedIn. I'll use that. So from the Chrome extension, you record your video, and then it gives you an option to either copy the link or copy for email. If you're posting on social media, you are always using the copy link option, okay? The copy link option is perfect for social media, or you could use the copy for email and paste it into another email. The thing that I think is important for you to remember, though, is that you can take a BombBomb video and upload it to your Facebook if you want it. But why? Okay? Facebook honors native videos. Okay, so it is going to be more beneficial for you to upload a video directly onto the platform. However, when you're talking about communication, like sending videos over Facebook Messenger, you're going to want to use that Chrome extension. And I would highly recommend that, especially for leads that you're having a hard time getting to pay attention to. If you can find them on social media, you can use that Chrome extension, record a quick video, and pop it into Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn Messenger, any of those. Ernest, there have been a lot of questions around price. How much is the Core Video Premium?
Yeah, so the premium is only $30 a month for Core Video Premium, and that's actually a really, really good deal.
Great deal.
So, Sample scripts. I've currently been putting some scripts together. Those have been released into the Inside Real Estate Discussion Facebook group. If you're part of it, you could find those there. We're still kind of tidying up some stuff around scripts because scripts should be openly interpreted, meaning that you should always want to put your own spin to somebody's script and add to it to make it sound like yourself, right? You don't ever want to be standing there like, hey, look, here's my phone. Let me read this script. Put your own touch to it, spin it. Don't say verbatim, what's in that script, but add to it or take from it, right? So scripting is one of the things
especially over video.
Exactly. You don't want to look like a robot saying, hey, it's Ernest.
Video works because it's authentic, right? Video works because it's human. If you are reading someone else's words, you're going to lose out on some of that authenticity. So you got to remember that the scripts are there as a guidepost, right? They're your map. They're not your actual verbiage.
Right. So one of the questions we have, struggling to record or respond to a new lead notice that comes in text from my laptop. It's easy. iPhone, not so much. On that question, you might consider, if you are a Core Video Premium subscriber, just adding a templated video that goes out from a smart campaign. So head over into like your marketing autopilot, your smart campaigns, create your video text or your video email as a template, and then add it to your new lead buyer or your new lead seller campaign so that you're 100% having those videos go out. I know they're pre-recorded, but you might follow up later on with the video throughout that day, because you could always send automation or send messages on top of smart campaigns and just say, hey, Ernest, I sent you a video earlier. I know it was a little bit simple, just introducing myself, but I just wanted to let you know I was just, out running the son to his pediatric appointment or whatever it might be. Make it personal right at that point, but always have that video in your arsenal so that it's already going out for you automatically and you're not missing a chance to create a personal connection. And then let's see, core. So Rich, that would be for support. I would definitely put that over. So the question is there any thought about allowing integration of prospect's name into the hanger or the title or CTA? I would put that in as a feature request through our team and let us reevaluate it with the BombBomb team. But that is a great question. I would just kind of, to that point, I would probably encourage you to use the person's name in the video instead of just having their name on it. If you did want to add somebody's name to it, like Alicia was saying earlier, I would get a whiteboard, write her name on it and say, hey, Alicia, this is Ernest with Inside Real Estate, and just kind of use that method for the time being. It's a little bit more personal. It's a little bit more creative, and you're going to get a better response from it.
Barbara asked a great question. She said, does the premium video account allow for videos to send from our email browsers, not just within the website? That is correct. If you upgrade to the premium version, you're getting a BombBomb Essentials package is essentially what you have. So you will be able to use the Gmail extension, the Chrome extension, the Edge extension, or Outlook as well. So the Chrome extension, if you are using any email service provider, even if you're using Hotmail, okay, which I really hope you're not, but even if you are using Hotmail, the Chrome extension is going to give you the ability to record the video up in that Chrome browser, copy the video for email, and then paste it right into the body of your email. So if you do upgrade, you can use it from your own email service provider.
And then, can I do video on my phone and send to clients via text? Yes, you can do video on your phone and send it via text to a client from within the kvCORE mobile app.
Oh, awesome. I didn't know that your mobile app would let them do that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it should be letting them do that now.
Yeah.
I'll double check just to verify, but it should be letting them do it.
Yeah. And the BombBomb mobile app lets you do that as well, Linda. Again, if when you upgrade, you're getting a BombBomb Essentials account, so you have the BombBomb mobile app as well.
Right. Yeah. So everything you get with going through kvCORE to sign up for BombBomb, you get the full access to BombBomb. So your credentials should log you in if you go to bombbomb.com, and you should be able to see everything with there already. So that looks like it's about it. I want to thank everyone for joining in today. We will be sending this out, of course, once it's done processing to everyone. And then hopefully in the future, we'll get together again and tackle a different subject. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for having us.